gentlemen, the winner of the 2023 Festus Fantasy football season is the Guardians of Your Mom's House. An unbelievable season comes to a close, one of the most competitive seasons we've had in the history of this league, going back to when we were in 7th grade. Honestly, since I can remember, we haven't really had this much engagement, we haven't had this much competition, this balance within the league of teams. It truly was a year that anyone could have won. Let's break this game down. An absolutely huge performance from the Guardians, taking down the corrupt Giants, Team Armani, 168.68 to 110.34. The Guardians displayed their best game of the entire season in the game that mattered the most. And actually, I think this is one of the highest scoring games the Guardians have ever scored in the history of their franchise. Off of the back of CeeDee Lamb and Davante Adams, Breece Hall as well. I could not be more proud of a team that came into week 17 with a mission, and they delivered. Only one person scoring below 9 points. That was Saquon Barkley. When you look at the corrupt Giants, he had some pretty good performances. Some to really give the Guardians a run for their money had things gone a little bit differently, like Jordan Love putting up 28. He was a QB2 on the week. Travis Etienne. Even Elijah Moore, who unfortunately did get injured on Thursday, was having a great game until he got injured. That was the story of the corrupt Giants this week. Injuries. T. Higgins injured. Christian McCaffrey injured. Cole Kmet injured. Elijah Moore injured. Amari Cooper injured. Noah Brown injured. Everybody was hurt. And I understand that pain. I do, because everyone in fantasy football understands what it's like, maybe not in a championship setting, but just going into a week where you feel like you have no one playing, or you feel like your whole team got hurt. Most frustrating, I'm sure, for the Team Armani and the corrupt Giants is that you had such a good first couple weeks of the playoffs, scoring 150, 160 plus points in the 2 weeks before this, to then finally get to the championship. Your first time in the playoffs as a 6th seed, and then to only put up 110 points. It just has to be crushing for what could have been a great game by this team had injuries gone a little bit differently. But when I tell you that I don't know if anyone was going to beat the Guardians this week, had the wide receiver 1, the running back I think like 2, the wide receiver 2, great flex play, decent time. I mean, it just was all around just great. This was the year that it finally came together. Great trades like the Breece Hall trade, Saquon trade, the Terry McLaurin trade. Remember, these 3 players were all on Team Armani. The only player that Team Armani used this week that was from the Guardians in those 2 trades, it was Adam Thielen. Didn't need Kyler Murray, couldn't use Amari Cooper, but the Guardians used all 3 of the players from Team Armani to win the championship, fittingly over him. Before we move on, I just want to hear from the manager of the Guardians. The manager sent in a video talking about his team, talking about this season. Let's roll a clip. Thank you so much. Again, a great victory for our champion, the 2023 Festus Fantasy Football Season champion, the Guardians of Your Mom's House. Now, let's get into another big thing to cover is the last place finisher. Now, Chubb Checker had 4 wins in the regular season, but he sweeps the playoffs, finishing at a total of 7 wins with this win over Bigger Than Black and White. No big deal. This now goes to Team DD. But look at this. He edges out of victory over Jaxipad, a huge underdog. So now he's at 7 wins, winning 2 games in the playoffs, plus his 5 from the regular season. So this all comes down to one team. If he wins, Team DD is the last place finisher due to the points for tiebreaker. But what happened? Thank you to Moore. A team that had 6 wins in the regular season goes winless in the consolation bracket, finishing with 6 wins, finishing in last place. Last year's champion this year, defending his title in the Toilet Bowl, will now be doing the Waffle House Challenge. Guys, I hope you are excited for that video. I've already been speaking with the manager. We are going to get an interview at the Waffle House as he's stuffing his face, and we're going to see what he thinks went wrong. I'll tell you what I think went wrong. This guy right here, Austin Ekeler. Absolutely the worst pick, finishing as the RB25, averaging 13 points. The 5th overall pick. On top of that terrible draft pick, he had his wide receiver 1, B.J. Flowers, who honestly could have been a lot worse, but it wasn't a wide receiver 1 player. You know, there's just so many bad moves that he made trading-wise. If he would have benched Ekeler, like probably most people were, and then started Achane in that position, and then started Slayton in the last flex spot, he would actually have beaten the GOAT squad and not be last place. Austin Ekeler costed Thank You Tomorrow's team this season. Costed him what will be money spent for the buy-in, money spent at the Waffle House, and I'm sure hours of agonizing pain having to do that challenge. He also won the Ryan Leaf Award for anyone that saw the award show. So guys, that's going to be it for the 2023 Festus Fantasy Football season. I hope you all enjoyed following along on this journey. Just to kind of, give some stuff about the videos. I mean, obviously they will be stopping besides the last interview with the last place finisher. But there's just nothing else to really, do over the summer and the off season. There will be voted on topics for the league members throughout this off season, especially when we go into next year's draft. It's going to be really official. I think we did some great things this year. The trade committee, although it will need some tinkering, I think it's a great idea and a great step in the right direction. I think there's a lot of new rules that can be put in place for the overall quality of play and sportsmanship. And that's important for keeping this league going, keeping this league professional as it can be. We'll never be NFL players. This is the closest thing we have, and we want to take it seriously. This league, I don't know what it is, but it feels different because it's just, this league is so official and people take it seriously. Everyone in the league talks. We're all good friends. I'm really proud of everybody in the league. I'm thankful that people just watch this show, I guess you could call it, just the forum. It was really intended to just provide updates and bring us closer together in the league for the guys, and it turned out to be there's some other people that weren't part of this league watching this channel, and I'm thankful for that. I mean, that's really cool. It kind of sparked a new love that I have now, but this has evolved from, literally last year was a Google Doc that I had to send out to people in our Snapchat group chat, and they'd click on it and you could see all the written out stuff, and the amount of thanks and appreciation that is given to me for this, I'll never take that for granted. That's amazing. Like I said, I would not do this for any other league. I don't feel like this league could ever be replicated with the dynamics that we have. It's just amazing, and it's been a great season. I know for a lot of us, fantasy football is like the best thing. For me, it is, and I won't hide that. It's stupid because it's an online, luck-based fantasy whatever, but it's literally my favorite thing, and I think it has to do with the people. But stuff like this, awards, group chats, making fun of trades, making fun of drafting, doing drafting together, just getting together, it just makes it all better. And I think this is the first year that has really clicked. Who knows where we'll go from this. If I do it again next year, I would like to. Hopefully I have a decent work schedule. Obviously I've been in college, so I have a little more free time. We just keep evolving and making this league better. Every single rule, every single edition, every single forum post, every single new idea that we have, I hope it gets added on and just keeps building. And maybe one day when we're fucking 30 and we're still playing this damn league, this damn fantasy football, we'll look back and we'll think this is where it started. Well, I think that'll do it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoyed the season. Your 2023 Festus Fantasy Football Champion. Signing off.